Hey guys, Nightmare Shadow Gaming here. Welcome to the upgrade. This is the rematch for the fight.
BMNYT says PvPP.
This is our PvP arena. It's pretty epic.
Quarantine Chez says Shadow come. BMNYT says PvP, I meant. Quarantine Chez says over here. Quarantine Chez says I'm going to set you survive. Shadow Gaming 505 says I'm doing my intro.
So that right there is our PvP arena, which
Quarantine
is
says so you gotten not be flying so
really big and cool. Over here is the build battle arena. And down here, this is a sumo arena with the pit. I'm not sure what we're starting with. He's gonna set me survival. And I don't know what we're gonna start with. Okay? I know for a fact we're not starting with... Okay, we're starting with PvP. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Wait, why is my health already low? My health is already low.
BMNYT says get ready, goons.
Oh god, he's got a... Wait, is... It takes... I sincerely hope no glitches happen this time. Last time that was annoying. This is annoying. So on console, I can quick select. On here, I don't know any quick...
BMNYT says you ready? Quarantine Chez says does he have his armor or glitch? Shadow Gaming 505 says I can't tell. Quarantine Chez says I'm talk beamin. Quarantine Chez says I'm on pressure plate.
I still can't tell.
Quarantine Chez says bro you there?
Hey, I'm sorry, this is difficult. Everything keeps, duplicating.
Quarantine Chez says no armor. Quarantine Chez says no shield. Quarantine Chez says Beeman I need a golden apple and steak. BeamNYT says sure. Shadow Gaming 505 says is this better? BeamNYT says hold on.
Hi, I'm Gary, I really like rice.
Quarantine Chez says no. Quarantine Chez says drop or armor. Quarantine Chez says and then put it on. Shadow Gaming 505 says which armor I have 2 sets. Shadow Gaming 505 says asterisk 3. Quarantine Chez says the one you have on. Quarantine Chez says is fake.
Okay.
Quarantine Chez says so drop them all.
This is better. How about...
Quarantine Chez says why you name. Shadow Gaming 505 says how about now? BMNYT says it's gourmet. Quarantine Chez says you sabotage me. BMNYT says made by the man himself.
Okay, guys,
BMNYT says Garden Ramsay.
let's just get this started with. I know for a fact I have to get to the watchtower.
BMNYT says hey Gary what lovely weather we're having. Quarantine Chez says GG. Quarantine Chez says 120. BMNYT says Gary why yes indeed, Beeman. Shadow Gaming 505 says why is fall DMG so up? BMNYT says my money's on Chez. Quarantine Chez says maybe cause armor not enchant.
Oh yeah, feather falling needs.
Quarantine Chez says Beeman don't name the stuff next time K.
Okay. Now I've learned I suck whenever.
BMNYT says met.
Oh wait. Oh. I now have a stack of golden apples. No. Bruh, I can't hit you. Oh. Refresh. Oh no. Um, I'm gonna pause it for now. Okay, guys, we back. We good. We good. Don't know what happened there. My game crashed because of lag. Great. Now Minecraft's not up.
Quarantine Chez says are you good? Shadow Gaming 505 says I'm BAC. Shadow Gaming 505 says I'm very laggy right now.
Give me a sec. I need to set my
Quarantine Chez says is your laptop plugged in?
let's set the render distance.
Quarantine Chez says my game lags when mine isn't plugged in.
Nope. Eh.
Shadow Gaming 505 says better now. Quarantine Chez says K.
Yeah. I can't. Can't reach over here.
Quarantine Chez says guess we have to restart first round again.
That is annoying. That is actually quite annoying. We good though. We're back. I'm pretty sure we're back. And I've turned down the render distance to almost nothing. I just realized I can barely see the other sides of the arena. You're wasting your arrows. Fall damage is too up. I can't hit you. How do I do?
BMNYT says clap 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 clap. Quarantine Chez says tower is cursed man. Shadow Gaming 505 says bruh. Quarantine Chez says once I get you. Quarantine Chez says you gotta go down. Shadow Gaming 505 says I had 2 hearts left, how did I die? Quarantine Chez says the tower is hard to fight in. Quarantine Chez says crits. Shadow Gaming 505 says no none. Quarantine Chez says yes yes yes. Shadow Gaming 505 says I had 2 hearts even after I did. Quarantine Chez says that's just lag dummy.
Um. How can? This is unfair. E, e. Oh boy, he just threw a potion and I missed. Why can I not sprint?
Quarantine Chez says swiftness for the win. Quarantine Chez says now man B. Shadow Gaming 505 says I couldn't sprint. BMNYT says yet. Quarantine Chez says gimme one swiftness. Quarantine Chez says and one slow. Shadow Gaming 505 says that was unfair. Quarantine Chez says how? Shadow Gaming 505 says I couldn't sprint. Quarantine Chez says wait no. BMNYT says next time, try fighting back. Shadow Gaming 505 says I can't when I lose 3 hearts a second. BMNYT says Gary I agree 103% with Beeman. BMNYT says thank you, Gary.
Come on, hurry up. Like, still, how do I... Come on, step on the pressure plate. What?
Quarantine Chez says bro. Quarantine Chez says fight back. Shadow Gaming 505 says why couldn't I hit you? BMNYT says take notes. Quarantine Chez says I was dodging. Quarantine Chez says that's why. Shadow Gaming 505 says I was swing my sword directly at you. Quarantine Chez says but I have moves. Quarantine Chez says and you missed my hitbox. Quarantine Chez says 1-0. Quarantine Chez says, I think. Shadow Gaming 505 says is your hitbox 1 pixel wide? Quarantine Chez says 2-0 asterisk. Quarantine Chez says yes.
It won't let me switch to my sword! This is more of a fun match.
BMNYT says when Chez runs away like that. BMNYT says he's vulnerable. BMNYT says like I'm vulnerable to people correcting me for my bad English. Shadow Gaming 505 says bruh. Quarantine Chez says I had half heart. Shadow Gaming 505 says I had 5. Quarantine Chez says you could have shot me.
I don't like PvP. This is exactly why I don't like PvP. Somehow everything I do is useless. I mean that match.
BMNYT says cough shoot him. Shadow Gaming 505 says I can't shoot him. Quarantine Chez says I need 9 arrows. Shadow Gaming 505 says you didn't replenish my arrows. Quarantine Chez says ask him. BMNYT says you didn't ask.
No wonder he had almost infinite arrows.
BMNYT says wait. BMNYT says not the cornbread. Quarantine Chez says bro. Quarantine Chez says 3-0.
I just want a fair match. The second bows are introduced.
BMNYT says now hurry up and win.
I also can't sprint and jump at the same time. This is still unfair. On! Let me sprint! I literally can't move and click at the same time. You expect me to do all this? I hate this game. I hate PvP.
Quarantine Chez says 1 arrow. Quarantine Chez says 4-0.
Why can't I go up against B-Man? Then it'd be a fair fight. Due to the fact that both me and him suck at PvP. Why must I go against the only one of us who is actually good at PvP?
BMNYT says spamming doesn't help. BMNYT says you were so close. BMNYT says Quarantine Chez says 4-1.
Finally.
Shadow Gaming 505 says finally. 11. Quarantine Chez says first
What?
to 5 instead. BMNYT says Chez wins. Quarantine Chez says maybe he can make even. BMNYT says Shadow had strength. BMNYT says he cheated. Quarantine Chez says bro. Shadow Gaming 505 says bruh. Quarantine Chez says why you give him strong? BMNYT says met. Quarantine Chez says strong is up. Quarantine Chez says we have to redo now. Shadow Gaming 505 says you were the one who threw the strength potion at me Beeman. Quarantine Chez says no strong. Quarantine Chez says it bad. BMNYT says LOL, okay. Quarantine Chez says Shadow you have strong. Shadow Gaming 505 says no. BMNYT says someone just hurry up and win. Quarantine Chez says K. BMNYT says I don't have all day. Quarantine Chez says I'm on it.
That just made me feel extremely bad. The only way I was able to beat him was by me being given strength.
BMNYT says I didn't even know luck was a potion. Quarantine Chez says 5-0. Shadow Gaming 505 says I was trying to tell you something and you killed me. Quarantine Chez says it was a battle. Shadow Gaming 505 says bruh. Shadow Gaming 505 says Einmo. Quarantine Chez says what do you expect? Quarantine Chez says well put your kid away. Quarantine Chez says cause it's sumo time. Shadow Gaming 505 says but who the heck gave me defense potion? Quarantine Chez says no wonder I couldn't kill you. Shadow Gaming 505 says who was it? Quarantine Chez says to Sumpo.
Actually, yeah, who did give me a defense there? How do you gain defense? And what's the point in the food? I wish there was just some button to quickly. I'm extremely sad now. It's the only way I feel like I at least have a chance at sumo. Because this is the one where I actually almost
Quarantine
beat
Chez says how can you
Chez
press
in
button?
when we were practicing. Where'd my armor go? This
Quarantine
is
Chez says you only have the helm. Quarantine Chez says not count.
I've I hate sumo as well though. It's annoying, see, they always give me the ones I'm bad at. Like parkour, I'm okay. How do you knock me back so far?
Quarantine Chez says don't jump in sumo. Quarantine Chez says 2-0.
Oh god, my game's starting to get really laggy here. It's not as laggy for you guys.
Quarantine Chez says 3-0. Quarantine Chez says come on try harder. Quarantine Chez says sprint. Shadow Gaming 505 says I can't dude. Shadow Gaming 505 says gimme a sec.
Controls.
Quarantine
Sprint.
Chez says thanks man B.
Sprint is, gonna be... What's the button here? Z. Z will be sprint. Z will be sprint. Where did I... Z's here. Wait, is... Okay, U's gonna be replaced with Z. Oh, wait. What's it? What did I put the shift key to again? The shift key's not even working!
Quarantine Chez says why you back up? Quarantine Chez says you were at Edge. Quarantine Chez says 4-0. Shadow Gaming 505 says I was trying to sprint. Quarantine Chez says you can't sprint backwards, you know. Quarantine Chez says 4-1. Shadow Gaming 505 says I was pressing the sprint button. Quarantine Chez says that seemed like the S. BeamNYT says you have to hold it. Shadow Gaming 505 says and instead of sprinting, it made me go backwards. Quarantine Chez says just press button. Quarantine Chez says get up here. BeamNYT says here.
Sugar. Noise. Let's just get this over with.
BeamNYT says trust me.
I
Quarantine Chez says I can't have that on YT. BeamNYT says you need it. Quarantine Chez says it bad. BeamNYT says WYM. BeamNYT says it's just salt with flour.
He's saying it for me to try harder. Yeah, every time I try, you knock me back
Chez
farther.
says 5-1. Shadow Gaming 505 says I was eating, dude. Quarantine Chez says doesn't count. Quarantine Chez says get in hole when ready.
I'm now ready. What?
BeamNYT says LOL. Quarantine Chez says you backed up into the put. Shadow Gaming 505 says what was that? BeamNYT says he literally backed up into the pit. Quarantine Chez says pit asterisk. Quarantine Chez says 6-1. Quarantine Chez says 2 more. Shadow Gaming 505 says sprint is not working. BeamNYT says you can't sprint backwards. Shadow Gaming 505 says dude. Quarantine Chez says just come back up, not count. Shadow Gaming 505 says I was trying to say that my sprint button is broken and it makes my run backwards for some reason. Quarantine Chez says then don't go in hole. BeamNYT says change your settings.
Now for
Quarantine Chez says
walk
simple
backwards,
as
I'm
that.
just gonna set it something as random.
Quarantine Chez says Beeman is ruthless. Quarantine Chez says he has day to happy.
Oh, I just remembered I can't walk backwards anymore. Why can't I sprint anymore?
Quarantine Chez says 7-1. Shadow Gaming 505 says why can't I sprint anymore? Quarantine Chez says nom nom. Shadow Gaming 505 says I rebinded my back wars button, now I can't sprint at all. Quarantine Chez says fix it then.
Oh god, this is getting laggy. I will get you.
Quarantine Chez says 8-1. Quarantine Chez says oof. BMNYT says BMNYT says I think he had too much sugar. Shadow Gaming 505 says no, my game was lagging really bad. Quarantine Chez says Beeman, you forgot the lights.
Great. And now this is gonna be the exact same thing as last time. Why is it always me that's put up against the most difficult challenges?
Quarantine Chez says build time.
And I swear to God, wait, I just realized I have to rebind my
BMNYT says time to build. Quarantine Chez
backwards.
says get to our boxes. BMNYT says choose a side. BMNYT says I don't care. Quarantine Chez says I'm ok. Quarantine Chez says tell when we may break. BMNYT says now.
Let's see.
Quarantine Chez says living bus. Shadow Gaming 505 says I don't even know.
How the heck do you make Ronald McDonald? I haven't been to McDonald's in years. And
Quarantine Chez says ready good sir.
so, I know I need white wool,
BMNYT says you
white
guys ready.
wool,
Quarantine Chez
red
says
wool,
yes. BMNYT says 10.
white terracotta.
BMNYT says 9.
Oh, I need a black block
BMNYT
of
says
some
8.
kind.
BMNYT says 7. BMNYT says 6. BMNYT says 5. BMNYT says 4.
Then shoot.
BMNYT says
Am I
3.
missing anything?
BMNYT says 2.
I feel like I'm missing
BMNYT says 1.
something.
BMNYT says go.
Oh, what color are his shoes?
BMNYT says wait. BMNYT says shadow.
Oh, I think
Quarantine Chez says wait.
I haven't been to McDonald's in ages. So how am I supposed to? What color are his shoes? Ugh. At least Chez got an easy one again. Why am I the one who gets all the
Quarantine
hard
Chez says
ones?
so how's your day Beeman?
I can't remember what color his shoes are.
BMNYT says the usual. BMNYT says I woke up. Quarantine Chez
All
says
they
how
know
so.
is. Okay, I'm
BMNYT says regretted waking up.
gonna have to look this up. Give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. I need.
Quarantine Chez says ready. BMNYT says get ready, RN. BMNYT says 10. BMNYT says 9. BMNYT says 7. BMNYT says 5. BMNYT says 8. BMNYT says 6. BMNYT says 4. BMNYT says 3. BMNYT says 2. BMNYT says 1. BMNYT says goy.
So it was what stripe? Red and white stripe. Oh, wait.
Quarantine Chez says time. BMNYT says BMNYT says 50 seconds.
What?
Quarantine Chez says K. BMNYT says don't take your time. BMNYT says hurry up.
Bro, I can't build that fast.
BMNYT says 10. BMNYT says 9. BMNYT says 8. BMNYT says 7. BMNYT says 6. BMNYT says 5. BMNYT says 4. BMNYT says 3. BMNYT says 2. BMNYT says 1. BMNYT says 0. BMNYT says stop. Quarantine Chez says he say stip. Quarantine
Okay.
Chez says living bus, smiley face.
Okay, what is the inside of a living?
BMNYT says how you supposed to see.
You can't do that.
BMNYT says pretty sure this is illegal. Quarantine Chez says asterisk sh. Quarantine Chez says the window was always there. Shadow Gaming 505 says Ronald McDonald. BeamNYT says Randall McDaniel looks cool too. Shadow Gaming 505 says I haven't been to McDonald in years. Quarantine Chez says who won?
This is actually, I'm actually pretty proud that I managed to do something.
BeamNYT says McDonald wins.
Yeah! Oh god, I almost slept there. Oh god, I just realized what's next. What's next?
Quarantine Chez says K. BeamNYT says swarmed now.
Wait! Oh, I just realized we got swap. Build swap. Here we go.
BeamNYT says open box 2.
Playing that sick beat.
Quarantine Chez says selling iced creams. Quarantine Chez says you. Shadow Gaming 505 says sick beat. Quarantine Chez says what? BeamNYT says playing that sick beat. Quarantine Chez says OLOL. Shadow Gaming 505 says wait I'm confused what now? BeamNYT says like, make him with a boombox or something. Shadow Gaming 505 says what do I do /. Shadow Gaming 505 says make who though? BeamNYT says the bus. Shadow Gaming 505 says oh. Shadow Gaming 505 says oh no. Shadow Gaming 505 says oh no no no. Quarantine Chez says oh he panic. BeamNYT says ready. BeamNYT says steady. Quarantine Chez says yes. Shadow Gaming 505 says no. BeamNYT says seti. BeamNYT says getty ready. BeamNYT says 10. Shadow Gaming 505 says I'm ready no. BeamNYT says 9. BeamNYT says 5. BeamNYT
Black
says 3.
concrete.
BeamNYT says 2. BeamNYT says 1. BeamNYT says go.
Wait, what did I just do? Stone wall.
BeamNYT says no. BeamNYT says that isn't sick beat.
Then what is? I need to think of. Let's do calm. Big step. Wait. Low heat. Ward. Walk.
Quarantine Chez says time. BeamNYT says good. BeamNYT says 5. BeamNYT says 4. BeamNYT says time. BeamNYT says stop.
What was his again? Uh.
Quarantine Chez says he drop iced cream.
I kind of like what he did with that, but I did get a sick beat though.
Quarantine Chez says wait will he win cause of pig step even if it were IDE. BeamNYT says LOL no. Quarantine Chez says hey good, sad face. Shadow Gaming 505 says it was my Evi though. Quarantine Chez says so who win. Shadow Gaming 505 says abusing pig step. Quarantine Chez says demon. BeamNYT says BeamNYT says or right.
Okay.
Quarantine Chez says who win.
This is a pretty sick beat though.
Quarantine Chez says Ron Aodal.
I'm just thinking this.
BeamNYT says Ronald MC Donald wins. Quarantine Chez says IOT.
Honestly, how do I do playing that sick beat any better than what I've done?
BeamNYT says switch again. Quarantine Chez says hey. BeamNYT says you're still oak. Quarantine Chez says that's spruce. BeamNYT says oh. Quarantine Chez says you gave him point. Quarantine Chez says, sad face. BeamNYT says my mistake. BeamNYT says open. BeamNYT says RN.
Well, eating a
Quarantine Chez says no. Quarantine Chez says hold on. Quarantine Chez says dog won't shut up.
the points. Just jamming out to the sick beat. Are we gonna be getting? I don't know how you make a flute. Oh wait, I'm gonna need buttons. I don't know how you make a flute though. I've never had a flute, so. Nice. Yeah.
Quarantine Chez says dog contained.
Okay. Here's this containing his dog. I want to see just how.
Quarantine Chez says while buying those iced creams.
Oh, it's been almost as long as the first one.
Shadow Gaming 505 says can we begin? Quarantine Chez says yeah. BMNYT says yes. BMNYT says go. Quarantine Chez says LE go.
How do you make a flute? I've never owned a flute, so I have no idea how you make one. Oh wait, I'm gonna need black stone buttons. I'm pretty sure the buttons are all on top. Okay. I'm good. Why do I find that so funny? Why? Oh, that is hilarious. That is just hilarious. That's good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. I gotta say, in terms of skill, mine looks better, but Chess's is just hilarious. I don't know how you make a.
Quarantine Chez says time. BMNYT says 50 seconds. Quarantine Chez says what did Shadow get? Shadow Gaming 505 says while eating a flute. Quarantine Chez says oh. BMNYT says pretty sure it was dancing to that sick beat. BMNYT says wait. BMNYT says no. Quarantine Chez says what? BMNYT says it was while eating a flute. Quarantine Chez says oh. Quarantine Chez says time.
Oh,
BMNYT says 5.
this is abomination
BMNYT
for me.
says 4. BMNYT says 3. BMNYT says 2. BMNYT says 1. BMNYT says Tim #WW. BMNYT says stop _.
Okay.
Quarantine Chez says who win?
Mine looks a bit more professional. But Chez's is okay, actually. The two hands at the front are okay, but the back.
BMNYT says it's a really tough choice.
I agree. I agree. I just want to win something for once.
BMNYT says
Chez is probably going to win this round. It'll be the exact same as last time. Where I win the first round, lose the second round, and lose the final round. And the only thing I won last time was the first round of build battle. I managed to win one round of PvP this time, but it didn't count because B-Man gave me a strength potion. Guys, I have no clue what a flute looks like, and I didn't have time to search it up.
BMNYT says
Indeed. This is hurting my legs to sit like this. Come on, decide who the winner is. Decide who it is. Who is it? Who is it? Wait, since when was diamond a form of currency?
BMNYT says I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 100. Quarantine Chez says no. BMNYT says what color are my shoes? Shadow Gaming 505 says no. Quarantine Chez says a color. BMNYT says no. Quarantine Chez says damn. Quarantine Chez says choose already. BMNYT says I can't. BMNYT says hold on.
Okay.
Quarantine Chez says he literally just made a flute. BMNYT says let me discuss with the demon. Quarantine Chez says I made 3. Quarantine Chez says Aries. Shadow Gaming 505 says that is what my thing was Chez. BMNYT says SPSPSPSPS. Quarantine Chez says I made 3 arms. Quarantine Chez says did you? BMNYT says we have decided.
Okay, what is it?
Quarantine Chez says yes. Quarantine Chez says gimme Firewhirl K. BMNYT says woo.
Why do I never get to win anything?
Quarantine Chez says yeah. Quarantine Chez says, laughing face. Quarantine Chez says Shadow GG. BMNYT says tears of joy. Shadow Gaming 505 says it's the exact same as last time. Quarantine Chez says or 0 to 2. Quarantine Chez says you poor soul. Quarantine Chez says why he CRI. BMNYT says tears of joy, man. Quarantine Chez says oh okay good, smiley face. Shadow Gaming 505 says I won the first round of Build battle and that's it both times. Quarantine Chez says haha.
I still.
BMNYT says Chez still won. Quarantine Chez says I am God. Quarantine Chez says bow before E. Shadow Gaming 505 says no. Quarantine Chez says yes. Quarantine Chez says how ya feel slash. Shadow Gaming 505 says not good. Quarantine Chez says well. Quarantine Chez says yes, I till can redeem yourself in redacted. Shadow Gaming 505 says anyways, gotta say goodbye to the audience. Quarantine Chez says yeah.
Okay, guys. I'm Nightmare Shadow Gaming. Be sure to like and subscribe. Ring the notification bell to get notified of when I upload my next video. And also, I'll leave a link to my friend's video in the description. Because he's recording this too. And I'm pretty sure